What boy? Yeah. What boy? What boy? The sun is hot, the breeze is slow. I need a ride. Where do I go? Ride go, yeah. That's the name. Island roads will never feel the same. Tap the app, just one click, hopping fast, it's real quick. Ride go, where do you wanna go? To the beach, to the street, let the island flow. Ride go, the good vibe show, fastest growing ride, everybody know. Ride go, where do you wanna go? To the beach, to the street, let the island flow. Ride go, let the good vibe show, fastest growing ride, everybody know.
Where do you want to go?
Are you a progressive young leader, a proactive emerging executive, a rising professional? Then you need appropriate cover for your vehicle. Introducing the Pro Motor Plan from Beacon. Car insurance that includes free loss of use, windscreen cover up to $3,500, free special perils, free accident forgiveness. Get Beacon's Pro Motor Plan today. Don't procrastinate. Call Beacon today at 440-4447 or visit beacongrenada.com.
Yeah. Welcome to the ride. Welcome to the ride. Welcome to Monday on the ride. Yeah. Lovely Monday on the ride. How you guys doing? Lydia. Kathy, how you doing? Alice. Yeah, man. Roll call, guys. Roll call. Let me tell you guys something. Larry, is it Larry? Charles, big up yourself. Larry. Today we have an interesting conversation, guys. But before we bring on my guest, right, let me talk to you guys about something really quickly. You see, Christmas is coming, right? And this is for men as well as women, everybody. Christmas is coming. And I want you to understand something, guys. Is the small things that count. It's not the big, expensive, elaborate things. It's not the big things that matter. It's the small things that count. And most times, guys, the best thing that you could give to someone is a feeling of just a feel good about themselves, or a good advice. I ain't saying that you don't want to wrap something in a nice package and give it to them, but the best thing you could give for people sometimes is free. Let me tell you something. So someone came up to me today, and I think that's my birthday present, my Christmas present, everything. It's everything for me. I met a lady in town today, and she came up to me and she gave me a hug. And I really needed a hug because this past couple of days, guys, it's been nonstop for me, running, and I'm trying to accomplish a particular task. You guys know I'm here in Grenada, still minding my business and building my business here in Grenada. And she came to me and she gave me a hug. And it wasn't like an easy hug and just a hug and let go, She gave me a nice squeeze, Jed. And she said, Junior, you know what? I appreciate you. That's all she said. She said, I appreciate you. For all the things that you've done and all the things that you continue to do, I appreciate you. And let me tell you something. You see that, what she just said? You see that? That kind of made my whole entire day. That's all she said. I appreciate you, with a nice hug. Best things in life are free, Jed. Sometimes, especially in our position, right? People who you see whether in television or radio or what have you, artists, politician, whoever. Sometimes you think that these people are like superhuman and you expect so much from them. You expect every time you look at them that they are at their best, that they are outgoing, that they are hype, and they are just like a mannequin just sit there to make you feel good about yourself. But who makes that person feel good? In order for I to pour into your cup, I have to get stuff poured into my cup too. So when the lady came to me and she said she appreciate me and she understand and she loved the work that I'm doing and she appreciate the work that I'm doing, that for me was my everything. And I really, really felt good. Let me tell you, I felt good. I felt damn good. Thank you. Yeah, that is it. That is it. I want nothing more for Christmas except a camera because my camera is broken. But besides that, I appreciate you. So I want to say to you guys, Hillary, how you doing? Yes, that's all. I want to say to you guys, you see right along, I appreciate every single person who take the time out of your schedule. You could be doing so many different things, right? And you sit here and you watch me for going on about 12 years now. And you always support, you always come back. I appreciate you. And I really honestly love you. You guys are the wind beneath my wing. And it's not just a cliche, it's serious. I'm really, 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 really serious about it. You guys, without the ride along, there probably will be none of all this thing that you see happening right there. Everything is a ride along. And I want to say to you guys, I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Yvette James, how you doing? I appreciate you. You guys support me in everything that I do. I appreciate you. I love you. Yes. Thank you so much, Yvette. Jane Chateau. Jane Chateau, you're seeing too good. Your eye too good. All right? Listen to what I'm saying. All right, so my next guest, I have to say that I appreciate that brother. I'll tell you why before I bring him on. So, before he became a politician, before I know him to be a politician, my producer, Lois JJ, she told me about this Andy fella. I didn't know who he was. Andy, okay. She said that some stuff for COVID and we could send money to Andy and Andy will drop off, hampers to different people for me. So I said, Lynn, I trust Lynn with my life. I said, okay, fine, Lynn, give Andy money. I don't know who Andy is. Just do what you have to do, Lynn. And then after, Lynn sent the Western Union and I started getting calls from people saying, oh, I thank you so much for this and that. And I even forgot what we did. Because, during COVID, people seem to forget, but during COVID, a lot of people needed assistance, needed food and hotspot. And Andy Williams was providing that service to these people. So Lynn sent the money to Andy, and Andy packaged a whole bunch of like food stuff and dropped it off in our name, in Ride Along name, right? And I said to Lynn, I don't want people to go and have to take pictures and video. If we're giving something, we're giving something. We don't need no big set of promotion out of it. So we gave it to Andy Hotspot, and people just started calling me from all over saying, oh, thank you so much. We received this, we received that, and thank you, we appreciate it. And I even forgot. I'm like, oh, yes, okay. So that's how I knew, that's how I found out about Andy Williams. Not as a politician. I didn't know he had any political intention. So fast forward, when he did express his interest in politics, I was like, good deal, because I remember him doing this thing for the people during COVID, right? He probably did a lot more stuff. That's what he did for me. So like a good deal. So we became friends, even, as him as a politician. But I always keep pushing him, and I said, listen, anything I see, that'll mean because I know you and you're my friend. If I see things that's happening, I'm gonna push back on you because you're a politician. I'm in media. I'll push back on you. And so we've had our knock of head sometimes, but I appreciate that brother because he is a truly good person. from the heart. And so today we're going to talk about a few things. Not, I mean, as a real person, he's the man. Right there, the man from the South. You guys know him very well. You guys love him and know him. Criticize him as well. And not to say that the criticism is not good. You need to come with criticism, the good and the bad. Let's welcome Honorable Andy Williams, the man from the South. Minister, how are you? Hold on, let me unmute you. Sorry. How are you doing, sir?
I'm good. I'm good. And how are you?
Yeah. You hear big intro, boy?
Telling you, I'm like wondering who's that person I was trying to describe. Yeah. I was looking around to see who's that person.
Man, it was true. You remember that? You remember that, right? During what we did during COVID.
Yeah, I remember that. COVID was a really tough time for people. And
Yeah.
I mean, you and some others from the US will reach out and really help, our people in need. And that, Junior, that was really remarkable. So congratulations also on your part, because you didn't have to do it. You took it upon yourself to say, let me help someone. So
Yeah.
and
I remember when I gave you, say we spent $900, you even doubled it.
Sure, yeah.
I just said $900. Next thing, people getting $1,800 worth of stuff. I'm like, well, we didn't spend that much. And you didn't even come out and say, okay, hotspot sponsor half of this stuff. You were just giving it out. And
right.
it's good. And that I did not know that you had any political aspiration or aspiration at the time. So you wasn't doing it to build up to being a politician. That I know.
And
Right.
actually, I didn't have aspirations in politics also, right? I will comment. On things, but that's where it ends. As a matter of fact, in 2021 November, I did a post on Facebook saying, why should I get involved in politics when I can be serving my people? That was in
Right.
2021 November. 2022, I was in politics. So sometimes you don't know where God will lead you. You don't know.
Yeah. Absolutely. Well, MP, today we're going to talk about a couple things, right? A few things. And the title of the program, and I hope you prepare for this because I bet you didn't know this. There are so many different things. I bet you didn't know this. Let's start with this. Now, during this last presentation of the budget, estimates of revenue and expenditure 2026, there was a lot of talk about social media bullying, right? I heard it from the opposition and I heard it from the prime minister. And I am victim to that as well.
Right.
My skin is strong, my skin is thick. It doesn't faze me, not at all. People could say anything, it was about me. Lane and everybody else see it, and I say, listen, forget about it. So there's a lot of social bullying happening right now.
Yeah.
How did we get here? How did we come to a place where a small population of 100,000 people split right down the middle? Half of the people are throwing shades and showing this venom and anger towards the other half. How did we get to that place from your perspective?
Well, bullying to me, Junior, has always been there. Yeah, always been there. And I can tell you something that you cannot get away from. Right? I wouldn't pretend. That's just who we are. That's our culture. We but not. But and I'm not saying it's a good thing, but I'm saying it's always there. And when people get more independent, they tend to do things what they feel like. Yeah. And when there's lack of consequence, then what will happen is that things like that will always get out of hand. But if you have consequence, I bet you people will draw back and think about what they say. Now, I've been victim to it. Yeah, I've been victim to it. In my line of work, I can't reply to the pettiness. Yeah, people, and when I got involved in politics, one of the things that I said to myself, Andy, your back have to be broad. Yeah, and I'm telling anyone who said it, If your back is not broad, don't get involved in politics. You will hear all sorts of things about yourself, but you have to know who you are. You have to be strong. And most of all, you don't have to reply to all these pettiness and what people trying to drag you into. Yeah, you have to be your own man, live your own truth and know what you are doing is right in accordance to the Almighty, right? And that's what's important. I've learned that you cannot control what people think about you. Right? You control what you do for yourself, and whatever someone wants to think, that's their business. But so it's important you have to, like a man of your stature, not to take it on, not to really even, I can't say not think about it because you're human. But you see, when people say these things, they want you to get into the mud with them. So let me give you an example. If you have some pigs going on the road, rainfall, and you have mud, right? The pig will, and they fall in the mud. They will stay in the mud because that's the environment, that's the nature, that's what they like. Yeah. Now, if you have a sheep and the sheep falls into that mud, the sheep will get up because the sheep doesn't like to be in the mud. So I'm saying when people try to drag you into things, into the mud, don't go into the mud with them because you are not a pig, right? You are better than that. So you have to, to keep your standard, keep your level. And even though someone want to think the worst about you, you cannot control that. Someone can say the worst about you, you cannot control that. Yeah. Who know you. Yeah.
Right.
And who don't know you and they want to draw a conclusion because of what someone said and all these kind of stupidness, Junior, you cannot control that. Look at Jesus Christ. He walked the face of the earth, most perfect man that lived. You had a disciple that betrayed him. You had the people that said crucify him. The most perfect man that walked the face of the earth. So when people criticize you and say the worst about you, who are you? Are you better than Jesus Christ? No. No. But for me, again, I live with principle, Bible principle, no weapon formed against me shall prosper. And I've seen that over again. I've seen weapons being formed, but they're not prospering. And that's biblical. Yeah. So the Bible never said that weapons will not be formed. They will form. They will form, but they will not prosper. Yeah. And I live with that. So and I've seen that since entering politics. I remember some folks on the other side had a radio program, and he started to criticize one time, and he was saying the worst. But guess what? The people who knew me stood up for me. And even today, when people say the worst, Junior, the people who know me stand up for me because they know exactly what I stand for. And you have to know what you stand for. When you know what you stand for, no one cannot touch you. So just to end on that, I tell people, when they attack me, they're attacking the wrong man because no matter what they say, it can't faze me. Because I'm true to myself. And you have to be true to yourself too. And as long as you're doing that, the Almighty will do the rest. The battle is for him, not you. Simple.
Right. But when we look on social media, and sometimes it's depressing because I have friends who've been my friends for many, many years. And I might say something or I might come across in a way that they might disapprove of. And then it seems like they just turn the other way and they no longer communicate with me in any kind of way and shape or fashion. How do we fix that? Is it worth fixing? Should we reach out? Like, how do we fix that type of that type of tension, I should say, especially when we in a small community like Grenada, 100,000 people. How do we? Where do we go? Where do we do from here? How do we fix something like that?
So what I always say that you will have disagreements.
Right.
You will not agree on everything, but it's important to be respectful in our disagreement. Yeah, and again, I can relate to what you are saying because even when I got involved in politics, I had good friends who suddenly became enemy overnight. And in my mind, I have them as a friend, not knowing that they have me as an enemy just because of politics. Right?
Right.
But I believe, Junior, listen, my best friend from school, yeah, up to today, he was a campaign manager for someone on the other side. And because politics will not come between us. If something happens tomorrow and he calls me, I will be there. And I know if I call him, he will be there also. Yeah. So it's important as friends, if you have a disagreement on something, you confront each other respectfully, say how you feel, and then that's it. You see, when you do that, then you can let out your feelings, and sometimes it may be something simple that the other person didn't say no, that you were offended by it, or you said something and you didn't know that they were offended by it. But guess what? When you speak to each other and you let it out, you can learn that person more, and they can learn you more also. So it's good, and it's good to be honest and open with each other. And when you do that, I think you can, improve the friendship. But I mean, listen, let me just share with you my style, right? And with my style. You will never see me on a platform trying to, to really tarnish someone's reputation or character. You'll never see me doing that. That's not my style. And I think that, although we may be competing, that let's compete and leave those things out of it. So you will see that my style is not to come and say junior and all these things. I will not do. Yeah, if you do something and let's say I disagree with what you did, I will talk about what you did, but not come and say the worst about you. Even though I may know something about you, I will not come and say the worst about you. That's just my style. And I'm saying we have to come to a culture where we can back different teams. We can, agree differently, but be respectful to each other. Be kind to each other, be loving to each other, because at the end of the day, politics will fail. I will be a minister today, tomorrow I will not be a minister. Yeah? Material things will fail. Name it, everything will fail. What will remain, Junior? What people will know you by is the love you had for the people around you.
True.
Right? And people will remember you by this. If you uplifted people, right, around you, Junior, that's what people will remember you by. You have children. Do you do your children right? Do you teach them the right things? Your family, your mother, your parents, your neighbor. Did you do something to help people? That's what people will remember you by. So, so I always say respectful, but have love for your brother man. That's what I think.
Does leaders have the first opportunity to fix the situation? Because we're talking about this because I've heard both the opposition spoke about it, the opposition leader spoke about it, and I even heard the prime minister spoke about it, about what's happening on social media as relates to bullying and that, memes and all this type of stuff. And I know you're not a therapist to fix the problem, but does leader have the responsibility to at least try to bring some kind of calmness and bring an understanding, because it starts at the head? Are leaders doing enough to sort of soften the ground on this type of what's happening?
Listen, I started to get to like politics when Barack Obama was running for president of America. And one day, McCain had a town hall meeting.
Yes.
In that town hall meeting, someone took the mic and said Obama was a murderer and all these things. And McCain took the mic from the person and said, "Hey, Obama is a good man." You remember that?
Yeah, I remember it very clearly.
Right. So,
very clearly.
And what I learned from that is that we as leaders have to really set the pace for our followers. I mean, we cannot control everyone's actions, but people are looking up to us every day, and they will, sometimes they will react, and so based on how we react, because they look up to us. So that's why for me, I'm telling you, I try to be positive. You will hear positive messages from me in the morning. People come to me every day, and in our conversation, we will discuss how you can do better, how you can move forward. And I think if we as leaders more of us adopt that kind of language, I think it can help our supporters at the same time be respectful. And I mean, maybe I should do it more in terms of reach out to my supporters and say, hey, let's be positive. Let's, be on the right track. Because guess what? again, Junior, our youth are looking up to us. And when they see we react in certain ways, they may think it's normal. So if you think it's probably disrespectful now, and we start to promote all these things, in the next 5, 10 years, it will get worse, maybe 10 times more disrespectful. So we have to we have to think to ourselves, what kind of Grenada we want to build? Do we build one that is, built on lawlessness, or do we build one that is built on respect? Now, back in the day, Junior, children from the Caribbean were very respectful. If you and I speaking and a child come and just cut across without saying, excuse me, we will correct that child. I grew up in a shop. If someone cuss an obscene language, we'll put that person out of the shop. These days, obscene language flying left, right, center like nothing. Children disrespect parents and so like nothing. Yeah. So, and sometimes we adapt our culture and think it's a good thing. Something may be good, but I'm telling you, what we lost is our respect. And as a society.
Yeah. Again, guys, this is a conversation. We're speaking about 5 top things, and this is one of the top 5. Speaking about, how we
Let me
casual.
just quick, right?
Yeah.
I just see somebody put on your thing. I just see it on your screen, right?
Yeah.
And the only people who are like, do you know if anyone knows me, knows that I help any and everyone. Sometimes sometimes I wish I was 10 and in one, even to move. So person that statement that doesn't apply to me. If anyone knows who Andy is, they know that Andy try to help any and every person. And since from even before politics, Junior, right? I built this based not on the rich man, on the ordinary man. Dollar sugar, dollar rice, dollar flour. Why? I don't have to do it, but I did it because I know, Junior, you have people outside there who were on the breadline. And my joy was someone come in the supermarket and make groceries. Some people come and make groceries and they don't have enough. And I would say, go with it. If you're noticing back in hospital days, I never sell much alcohol at all. Because it would hurt me to see someone work too hard for the salary and come and spend it out in alcohol. I rather you buy food stuff, go home to your children and your household, have food for the week, for the month, for whenever. So that person who made a statement, if you reach out to me or someone and nothing worked out for you, you can still get in touch with me. I was still trying to see how I can help. And that's why.
Right. Okay. So are we saying that the political heads have a responsibility to lower the temperature? And if that is the case, why isn't some political heads coming together to speak out about this? Are they benefiting, the political parties benefiting from the tug of war, from the head button? Are they benefiting from that type of fighting in the country? Why can't they just come out and just tamper down the temperature?
Well, it's something that I have to reflect on too. I will not come and pretend like if I'm speaking clean like Jesus Christ and so. But it's something that yes, that I agree that we have to work on. When we are in Parliament and we go to break, we go for lunch or so, Junior. All of us sit in one room and we joke, we kick, we laugh, we give one another talk, how we jab one another on this point. It's not anything bad. But sometimes when we go to the floor, we have to, come and pretend like if, yeah, Junior, this, that, I mean, if you know debate, if you did debate in school, you know that sometimes you come out and you will make your point, you will, put on the stuff to make your point. But very actually, you don't mean anything. And I think sometimes also put us take it the wrong way. Yes, we have different ideas of how to move Grenada forward. Yeah, but as politicians, I'm telling you, there's hardly any bad blood between politicians, from what I see. But our supporters tend to take it a little up, a little notch more. And so that's something that we have to really discuss, and something that I have to get involved with to see how I can low down the temperature, because you don't want for even we as politicians to be outside and people may hear something and start to take it personal and try to attack all these. So sometimes it's even better for us too. Yeah, so it's something that all of us are work, to be honest with you. I'm
And
not
you know, funny enough you said that. Funny enough you said that because I remember going back to Wizard and Ajamu in Calypso, and when Wizard come and perform and Wizard supporters cussing Ajamu supporters and so forth and so forth, right?
exactly.
And when you go backstage, Wizard and Ajamu is good friends. I mean, they don't have no bad blood, you know. So it starts from the head. The head set the tone.
Yeah,
So that's when I see politician inside parliament talking about the bullying, they could
right.
snap. I think politicians like yourself and others could snap their finger like this and change the whole narrative and tamper down the whole thing. Because the reason why people are coming after certain people is because of what they see the leaders are doing or saying about the other person, and they're just carrying on the narrative. They're just speaking about it. They're just spurring the same thing.
I agree. I agree. I agree. So it
You
doesn't have to
know,
be someone will have to lead the way. So probably I'll start in the morning to to talk to the supporters and tell them as it is. But it's very
absolutely.
important. It's very important, and that's why Junior I can tell you, right? My party is the National Democratic Congress. But that people that come to me from the other side, I help them. Because at the end of the day, my let me just explain something to you and to Grenada. Some people involved in politics, the whole demeanor, the whole mode of operation is to see how they can get elected the next term. And that's
Right.
true. That's the job. But for me, my aim or what I try to achieve in politics is to see how I can change lives. Right. And for me, even though I lose, but I know I've changed lives. That is most important for me. Yeah. So if I'm tired, but I know I could go down the road and change someone's life, I get energy one time. Right. So so for me, being involved in politics is trying to help, or my friends, my neighbors, whoever it is. You can support me, you cannot support me. There was a woman last election was going on a truck. And I saw, I went to give her a hug and she's like, no, 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 no. And she pushed me off. Right? There was a woman in Belmont again. True story. True story. A woman in Belmont. When I went by her, she said, don't come in my yard. Don't come in my yard. I'm telling you. And it's funny because last year I passed in Belmont, I saw her, and she came, listen, she's in her 70s. And she came running down the step. Like I was shocked, she was like, no, sorry, 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 I apologize. The last time I tell you to don't come in me, I apologize. And what. So I'm saying, Junior, even though I know she did not support me and all these things, the love is still there, right? And she was in some distress. I still went and I assisted. Because at the end of the day, Junior, we have to look out for one another. I may be in a position where I can help you today, but tomorrow it may turn
Yes.
around, right? It may be the other way around. Lucky
Absolutely.
Dobby said, remember the people on the way up because you might meet them on the way down.
Every
So we
day.
have to know that positions are temporary. Yeah, and sometimes how you treat someone, how you entertain a stranger who you may not know, that may be an angel that might be there to help you tomorrow. That's the cycle of life. So that's what I
Right.
live. That's what I live. No enemies, love all of you. Even though someone cuts me, Junior, I still love them. I still, laughing and thing with them. No hard feelings whatsoever.
Right. Well, I hope that the viewers that's watching right now understand what the minister is saying. A lot of the times, what you see on television during a debate, it doesn't mean that the MP or the opposition or the person speaking and debating against a particular topic that the opposition might be speaking about, that doesn't mean that they are enemies. They have a difference of opinion, but that doesn't make them enemies, right? And just like you might like oil dung and the person may not like oil dung, and all you're debating about oil dung, you like this, you like that, it's fine because you're just sharing a difference of opinion. It doesn't mean hate. And I would like probably we could start from there and let the people who are carrying all this hate on their chest. I saw this lady the other day Why the lady screw up she face? If you see screw face for me, I don't know the lady nothing. I don't know what I do. But she hate me for some reason. I don't know.
Right.
And that's just how it is. Right? So I hope we could start from here. I hope we could start from here and we could start rebuilding back Grenada because this halfway thing where half of the population this way, half of the other population this way because of politics, it only divides us and we ain't gonna make much progress like that.
Right. And let
We
me
ain't
just tell
gonna
you
get
the situation that I've been pleased with, right? Right. No, I always tell people, if my father get up from his grave, my father died in 2020, right? If he get up from his grave and you tell my father I am NDC, he will tell you a lie. Right? My father will tell you, like, Andy can never be a NDC. My father will tell you that. Because, we are so strong with NNP, right? And, Junior, when I decided to join the NDC, it was not because of party and this and that. It was because I saw, that, I would have I've got a chance to help people. And, and even I told PM no, I told Deacon no when he asked me to join the party and to sing. And, I got a dream. That weekend, I got a dream. And the dream, it spoke to me like in plain sight. And that's when I knew that I had to join. Even when people were saying, one friend was telling me, Andy, in order for you all to win, right? You have to do this, that. I put a start, what. I said, let me tell you something. I had a dream. And based on the dream, that's what I saw. So I know we are going to win. Yeah. So, so for me now, being involved in the politics, it's hard for me to treat someone on the other side bad, right? And yes, I have my supporters. I will support them 100%.
right.
So I'm placed in a unique place where I did not join the NDC because I hated NNP. The Lord spoke to me and said, Andy, this is the way you have to go. I saw it in a vision and I went there. And that's why I'm placed here. That's why I'm placed here today. So when we are in politics, people see Andy, like I am excelling in the politics. And I'm not saying that with any clout or boasting and so, right? I'm being humble about this. When, for me, I'm excelling in the politics, I know it's not because of my strength, but I know it's the Lord that placed me there, and He has me there for a reason. So that's why when people come and they try to fight and do all these sorts of things and say all these things about me, I just laugh because I know that I'm here for a higher calling, and I'm just part of a small equation, right? In the Lord's plan.
Right.
So,
Okay, so let's shift gears a bit, right? Because I saw this clip on it circulated, and I want to ask you about this. Let me put it up on the screen, right? I believe that this graphic was circulated from the New National Party's page, and the talk right now. Well, of course, the budget, the budget 2026 was presented on the 1st of December, and you outline a list of things that the government is looking to achieve for the next fiscal year 2026. And I saw this. It said Project Polaris, $22 million spent before work even began. They say you guys have no so turning, no foundation laid, no brick placed, no construction started. Yes, $22 million gone in 2025. How do you explain this and what you have to say in regards to this that's circulating on social media now?
So let me say this, Junior, right? Because sometimes we look at things so complicated. I have a philosophy that everything is simple. It's simple. And how the government runs, you can use example from your life. So when you're building a house, let me ask you a question, right? You start to incur expenses when you start to lay a block.
No. You start to incur expense at the planning stage.
Well, you understand. So before construction begins, we must confirm that the site, the design, the project scope, right, and make sure that they are suitable We have to do environmental impact assessments. We have to do geothermal soil testing. We have to do utility and site surveys. You have to do costing and scheduling studies. You have to do junior conceptual design. You have to do detailed architectural drawings. You have to do structural, mechanical, electrical, and plumbing engineering. You have to do the medical facility layout and planning to meet international standards, right? You have to get plan approval, environmental clearance, building permits, compliance with health, safety, and medical standards. Right? You have to hire project managers, consultants, specialists. You have to prepare tender documents for contractors, setting up oversight systems to ensure transparency and value for money. All these things has to be done. And a project of that magnitude, you cannot want to build a project or to build a hospital, $250 million, and come and say, the only time you incur cost is when you put a block. Come on, man. So when you have people, and that's why I get offended sometimes, because when you have people who knows better, coming to fool the greater people like that, it offends me, because what you're trying to say is that you want to keep your people, in a box, right? And not try to let them grow and, sorry if I'm getting emotional and so too.
Right.
That was something offensive. When these people will come and pretend like if they don't know what's happening. When you have a project of that magnitude, a new hospital, it's not a simple project. You have to make sure all the I's are dotted and all the T's are crossed. And that's important. So in terms of spending, that is only 3% of the cost to build a hospital. Only 3%. So if you're building a house and you incur 3% of the cost before you start to build a house, it's obvious. You don't want to go and build a house, for example, like in Molineux. You remember what happened in Molineux? You build houses in Molineux. Some years after, everything slide down and everything gone. You don't want to do that. If we do that, then the same money that we spend now just goes down the drain. And if we build a modern hospital, we have to meet international standards. Yeah? Even when you do the plan and the layout and everything, it has to meet international standards. And we are working with international people here to ensure that we have a proper modern hospital. So when I see things here, Junior, it is just set, or they put these things there to mislead people and to let them think, oh boy, not doing anything yet, and after, and I see all the money spent already, and all these things. So I hope I answered your question.
Yeah. We got a caller on the line. Let's see if I could jump to this caller on the line right now. Let me see. Caller, you're live. Where are you calling us from?
I'm calling from Canada, Junior. Good afternoon to you, and good afternoon to Honorable Minister Andy Williams.
Good day.
Minister Williams, before I go further, I would like to take this moment to wish you a Merry Christmas, a happy holiday, a joyful season to you, your family, your constituency, and to Grenada as a whole. May the good God continue to guide you and give you strength. May His face continue to watch you, to be your watchman, and protect you in every path of your political life. I know this job you're doing is not easy, and people see the good, the bad, and the ugly in you. But there are many people who does not see the tears that you cried or your sleepless nights. May God continue to keep you standing, and may His light continue to be a permanent light over you and in your life. Secondly, I want to say thank you for what you're doing for the Grenadians and Grenada as a whole. We love you. There are people out there who haven't met you face to face, not even a handshake. But we see the internet shows us many things, and we fall in love with you. And Minister Williams, I want to tell you that I have a special Grenadian love for you. Last but not least, I want to say thank you, because one time I was on this program and I did tell you that the residents in the back of Cemetery Hill need better access to their homes, and a project was started, but lately nothing hasn't been done, and the people there, they're not happy because they was all excited and hoping that yes, they're going to get this gift for this Christmas, and it's on pause. I just want to ask you to see how you can speak to someone who's responsible for the project and ask them if they could get it going because we don't want the excitement of them to die. And God bless you. Have a wonderful evening. And Junior, thank you for this program, for having the minister on. God bless you.
Thank you so much, caller. Thank you so much, Canada.
You're welcome.
Yes.
Bye.
Yes. Minister?
I'm just taking a note of the point that the caller made. So,
Right.
you know.
Absolutely. Absolutely. While you're doing that, I have another caller on the WhatsApp. Let's jump to the caller on the WhatsApp. Call on the WhatsApp. Go right ahead.
Yes, good evening, my dear.
Yes. So he could hear you. He could hear you, but you won't be able to hear him
Okay, that's okay.
because you're on the WhatsApp.
Yeah, that's okay. Good evening, Junior. Good evening, Andy. This is Sherry Judge. I just want to say congratulations. You have made me proud. I remember when we spoke in the St. David Sanders market time and he wanted to go for to be a minister to involve in politics. We did encourage you, and I'm very pleased now to see the person you have become. You continue to stay the same way, and I really admire you, and I will always pray and be there for you. This is my prayer that the Lord will just keep you as this person you always helping people. God bless you, Andy. Love your son.
Love you too.
All right. Wow. Okay. All right. This is a
Yeah, let me give you a clue. So I went to this market that they had where they selling stuff and thing, right? I went inside they green like a green mango. When I came out, they told me yellow like a white mango. Lovely people, listen. I mean, I had about 10 mothers of them because everyone would take care of me. I just was just a love. Sherry George, a wonderful lady, beautiful lady, everything, nice heart. Teacher Mary, that's Orlando mother. And always, it was just a love, Junior. And every Saturday we used to be first of all, in Redgate first, and then we moved to Corinth. And that's where I would go to the market and have my deals, and they will have their clothing and all these things, and their breakfast and so on. It was just a love on a Saturday morning. So, Miss Sherry, I really miss that. I wish we could maybe do one again to experience the love, from the past, and take it from there.
Absolutely, absolutely. Guys, if you want to know what the number you could call direct. The number is 718-701-5720. I put the number up on the screen. 718-701-5720. We're talking about a range of things, right? I want to shift gears a little bit. We could come back to the Project Polaris if a caller has a question on it. But I want to shift gears a little bit about the economy, right? Because there are criticism from the opposition and others, opposition spokespeople, on what they deem as mismanagement of the economy. What is the state of the economy? I know you're not the prime minister, but of course you sit in cabinet and you know what's happening. Tell us about the economy, current status of it.
So greater economy has performed well for 2025. You're talking about having a growth rate of approximately a GDP growth of approximately 4.4%. That's what the IMF estimates. We estimate GDP growth of 6.2%. Junior, and when you talk about unemployment, unemployment is like 7.5%. And let me address that point because I heard when MP Honorable Peter David said that the unemployment rate was 7.5% and the participation rate, and he wanted to know what was the participation rate. I think he was alluding to say that it was lower, and the fact that it was lower means that the figure will look better. But you could go and look it up. You could go on AI, ChatGPT, look it up. You could go on Google and look it up. The participation rate was 62.5% for an unemployment rate that is 7.5%. And when you look at the past, the participation rate has always been in the 60s, right? 2020, 2022, 2021, by 62, 60, 61. And so the rate that we have today, 62.5%, is just in line on par with the previous rate. So the unemployment figures that you're seeing, they are true figures. But despite the figures that we have, when you go wrong, Junior, and it have people that want workers, it have contractors that want workers, and they cannot get workers. If you think I'm joking, go say you're going to build a house now and try to get a contractor to build a house. It's hard. Yeah. Even so, the figure is one, but you see it on the ground. So when you hear these talks about, it's just not factual. The fact is that where I think we have to go, what I think we have to do is to start training our people to take more of the high level jobs. For example, like in the hotel, or people will have the waiters, the bartenders, and all these things, but the hotel managers, and so these people will come from overseas. And we have to start getting our people, training them in a way to take advantage of those jobs. And even today, I just came from cabinet. We had a meeting in cabinet today, and the Ministry of Education will not have a program where to support our youth that wants to study. But what we have to do is to educate them from secondary school as to the areas that are in more demand, areas that we are not taking advantage of. So, for example, I studied business when I went to school, right? You know why I did business? Because when I went to college, I didn't like science, and my friends who didn't do science, they were doing business. So I'm like, well, if you're doing business, I'm doing business too. Yeah, and that's why I did business. But if I were privileged to certain stats, and the stats could have shown, hey, this is where we need people, right? Right now, a civil engineer. If you are a civil engineer today, you're getting a job in the next 10 seconds. Right. We don't have civil engineers. The Ministry of Infrastructure needs civil engineers. So what we need to do is to educate our people and our young people as to the areas that are in more demand. And if we do that now, they will study in those areas and they will be able to take advantage of the jobs. Yeah. So that's what I think needs to be done. We need to really get our people to get more upscale jobs in certain sectors. And I think if we do that, we will be on the right track. For 2025, inflation was like 0.7%. That was inflation. So inflation is under control. Yeah. The IMF World Bank.
Hold on, stick up in there, because a question was asked. I can't remember by who. How could inflation in Grenada be under control, but inflation worldwide, especially in the US, is out of control, and Grenada is impacted directly by our major source markets? Right. What was Grenada able to do to bring inflation under control that the other bigger countries didn't or cannot do?
Right. It depends really on what your country produces, what they import, and all these things, right? So, for us, I can tell you that inflation means, the definition for inflation is a general rise in price, right? A general rise in price. And basically that price is for no reason at all. So if let's say, for example, you are producing vegetables, you are a farmer, and today tomato is $4, and tomorrow you just feel like putting it to $5 for no reason at all, you are inflating the price. Right? That's so for us, globally, when we import stuff to consume in our country, you have to do costing, purchase price, shipping, and everything. You will work with the price, and the price is what you will put at the shelves. So, but for the person who is producing the stuff, right? They may inflate the prices in their country. So we may import inflation. Let me put it like this, right? Because you may have a rise in price that may just be brought about because of shortage or whatever it is. You may import inflation. It doesn't mean that that the prices in your country have been inflated. It may just mean that is the price that you are paying for it now when you purchase it.
Right.
So inflation, we are able to keep inflation at 0.7%. And and the key is to keep it at that level. While I'm on that, we understand, Junior, that even in the cost of living, we understand, right? And I'm not going to pretend that cost of living increased. Right? I've seen some complain about the grand leg bills and all these things. And one of the points I had to debunk in the budget is that, you don't just use a budget alone to combat cost of living. We have the whole year to go in Parliament to put policies in place to combat cost of living. And what we will be doing is that we will be looking to see exactly, let your facts be backed by data to see exactly, what the data shows and what we can do to really ease the burden on our people, as we go along. So we have Parliament, we can go January, February, March, April, May, whenever we can do, to pass certain policies in Parliament so that the people can benefit from it. But in doing so, we have to ensure that we do it responsibly. Because you don't want to just go and say, you know what, boy, some price is high, let me just go and cut. Because at the end of the day, how the country runs, it runs on the tax revenue. So you have to ensure that in a responsible manner, because you don't want to go and do something and after the whole country suffers at the end of the day. Then you're just making it more worse. Right?
Right.
So yeah, so so all in all, Junior, that's things that we have to really look at. And when the IMF and the World Bank came, they gave reports on our economy as being strong. If it was a case where our economy were going down and was not strong, whatever it is, they will identify it or they will speak about it. But they showed or they reported strength in our economy, backed by tourism, construction, CBI revenues, all these things. And we continue to ensure that our economy remains strong by being prudent and not just doing things to just please people and the economy might be in danger.
Right. Absolutely. Employment and the fact that unemployment is stated to be so low, 7.5%. And of course, there is a mathematical calculation. I think MP Toes clarified that and how it is calculated. What about entrepreneurship? Because if you find people or if you get more people mobilized in creating their own business, you could even sink the unemployment even lower because they will be focused on creating businesses, employing people, and employment means that not only the public sector is employing, but even when the private sector employs, it still drives the unemployment rate down. So what is doing to target persons to start their own business in the productive sector that could even increase or decrease, the unemployment level? What is being done with that?
So let me just explain unemployment, right? Unemployment is calculated by the people who are looking for work. You have to be looking for work, but you cannot find work. Basically, in a layman's term. But if you're not looking for work, you will not be counted in the figures. So you have to be looking for work, basically. That's number one. Number two, we talk about entrepreneurship. Julia, the first work I got was in the Republic Bank. I remember that clearly. And well, let me just go for it. The minister told, Minister Lennox Andrews.
Lennox Andrews, yes.
Right. He taught me economics in SG. That was my microeconomics teacher and macroeconomics teacher. And I remember, Minister Andrews saying that the problem that they have in Grenada, the commercial banks have too much money in their reserves. It means they're not lending enough. But culturally, our people are very conservative. Grenadians are conservative. They will take the money, put it in a bank, and watch it.
Yeah.
Right? By nature, we are not investors by nature. We are conservative people. So, but that to me doesn't happen by chance. We are not conservative by chance. When you look at the school system encourages people to our students to go to school get an education, and go and work for someone.
Yes.
Look at the curriculum. It doesn't teach us one to be an entrepreneur. It doesn't.
Ah,
So for example,
you land the nail on the head.
yes, no, I had hotspot. One reason why I had hotspot is because I lost my job. And I say, you know what? Let me go and do this because I always had it in my mind. I wanted to do that business. My mother used to traffic, right? She used to traffic. And I always wanted to do that business dream. But if it was up to me, I wasn't going to do it because conservative and coward. Yeah.
Right.
So what if you look in this budget, we have something called YEE, YEE, Youth Empowerment Agency. I'm telling you this,
Youth Empowerment Agency.
yes, that is in this budget. We have $15 million budget for that. Youth Empowerment Agency.
I want to volunteer my service for that.
Good. No.
You don't even have to pay me. I want to volunteer my service for that.
Right. And let me explain something. If a youth go to a bank and say he wants a loan to do some business, he ain't getting that easy. You have to pay that, all kind of things. I ain't getting that easy at all. But if that's bank, you say, I want to borrow $50,000 to buy a car. You're getting that one time.
But what's it? I want $10,000 to buy a mask costume.
Right. One time you're getting that.
Quick. You're getting it quick.
Quick. No.
Yes.
But look at it. The system is gauged to put our youth, you can say, in debt. Because when you have to buy a car, all the expenses that come and everything that come and what, you're in debt. But the system is not designed to create entrepreneurs from our youth. And
hold on, unless you're buying that car to probably run a taxi.
Right.
Go on a ride, go or something and make some money. plug for a ride, go.
Right, but you may get some young people that would think like that, but the majority wouldn't think like that at all. It's like, I mean, I was a youth man. I had cars, my Honda and so. I want to get my car, paint it nice, buy the rims, put on music, blasting, this, that. That's why I like. Not doing, but I need a car you buy. The more cars you buy is the more debt you put yourself in, basically.
Yes, true.
So what the Youth Empowerment Agency will do, we have certain sectors we want to target, number one. Number two, we have mentorship, number two. Number three, we have guidance, where you will guide our youth should they want to do a business plan and all these things. Now, let me just tell you this. The number one reason why small businesses fail is because the most times they do not separate the personal from the business. So you have a shop, you're eating, you're drinking in the shop, everything, and you're the same money, like you don't separate these things. You don't do inventory to know if you're making or if you're losing or if your inventory high or low. You don't do inventory at all.
True.
So you have to educate and teach them how to operate business, what to look at and everything, how to mind your business in your business, basically. And the most important thing is that we will not be funding business ideas of our youth. I want to say youth are talking about from 18 to 35.
Right.
Right. So you have an idea. We will fund that idea. I'll give that example on Heartbeat yesterday. So many times you have people selling plantain chips in the little clear bag and you seal it.
Yeah.
Right. But you have the same plantain chip being sold in Bermuda's. I think it's the Soldanza or something is the name of it. Nice package, nice this, nice that. I know they can export and all these things. Now, what about if you are doing the plantain chips now in a little clear bag, but you want to take it further? What do we have for that? Now, the Youth Agency can assist you to grow that business, to get the machines, to get the packaging, the proper packaging, make it look more attractive, increase your sales. If you do that, it means now you can now export, you can sell for the wider marketing later. But it also means that someone has to supply the plantains.
Yeah.
The farmers that have to supply the plantain will get more business. The farmers can employ more people. right? So
Yes.
a farmer can be an entrepreneur in terms of having his own farm and growing all these plantings and all these things. And even the person who's buying the plant can be an entrepreneur too, because he can buy the planting, package it, sell it, export it, and all these things. No, this is
Yes.
one example. So I'm saying the Youth Empowerment Agency is a step in the right direction. This is called transformation, right?
Now, I like the Youth Employment Agency.
Yeah,
Um,
empowerment agency.
Employment Agency.
Yeah,
And I could relate to everything that you're saying, Minister. One of the reasons why I'm in Grenada, I know it's not about me, but I want to encourage the next person, is that I had an idea. It was just an idea. It was just a seed. And of course, you invest time, you invest money, and you go forward with it. You cannot autopilot your project. You have to really focus on what you're doing. And nothing is going to just come to you if you don't work towards it. You don't put things in place. So I like the fact that we're encouraging youth and we're showing youth and giving them that assistance, because some people don't even know how to write a business plan, and sometimes that might be the hindrance on starting a business, because they just can't write a business plan. They feel like, okay, I can't write a business plan, so I can't start a business.
right.
Why should not writing a business plan stop you from implementing new ideas?
That's it.
Right? You just go forward. And the banks as well, and Minister, have to do better in terms of making it easier for people to start an account. And I know it's not their fault per se, because the bigger countries have so much regulation on the money from the Caribbean, because I understand the process. But at least we need to lobby for banks to make it easier for young people to start an account once they start a business. They want they want your blood type, all kind of thing when you're starting a business account. It's difficult.
So
You know what I mean?
it's easier to open an account in the US than to open
Yeah.
one in Grenada.
Yeah.
Imagine, you know,
And the inefficiencies goes with the bank, because the bank's telling you, okay, we have to set an appointment for you for next 3 weeks or next 2 weeks to come in to set an account. That, to me, if you know that there's a lot of people that's trying to set up an account and you have to plan it out for 2-3 weeks, why don't you employ a bigger staff to facilitate and don't have that clog in the system? So yes, the bigger countries are putting the restrictions on the banks, but the banks themselves are putting restrictions on themselves, because they're not hiring sufficient people to deal with the clogging issues that exist.
see,
And
and
that could be a turnoff.
that is why, Junior, you know, we move away from our local banks, and right now more of the foreigners own our banks. That's that's the downside of it. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's one. Number two, the banks, I mean, they are trying to please the outside folks. They have one big on us to please, at the end of the day, but they get marked by it. So sometimes, boy, we will sit here and we will condemn them here, but they have to do it in order to please the people on the outside. Thirdly,
Yes.
the banks, I mean, as a private sector business, their aim is to make a profit.
Absolutely.
And that's why we understand, in order to build this country, we have to take a chance on our people. So as a
Yes.
government, we don't look at profit, but we look at more development, because if we can grow more businesses, more small businesses, even though we fund 100 ideas, but 10 succeed, it means that we have 10 that we never had before. And if we do that, it means that if once these businesses succeed, we cannot grow our gross domestic product.
Right.
Right? The economy can grow, more employment can be realized. And
Yes.
it could have a spin-off effect, which the country can benefit from. So, and that's why we understand, what we need to do is to fill that gap. We talk about it all the time. More than 10, 15 years, we say, boy, you gotta take a loan for a business and get a loan for a vehicle. But what are we doing about it? So
Yeah.
we have talked about it, but now we, as an administration, have a chance to change it. And that's why we are not running from that responsibility. We are ensuring that we put this in place so that our youth can benefit. So when people say, what the government have for the youth, yeah, what they have for the youth, these are the things that we have for the youth. In addition,
Yeah.
the creative industry, Do you know? I mean, sometimes when you look at Grenada, soca, and the quality of music for this year, I was in St. Lucia, St. Vincent this year, Jamaica, and I heard our songs playing over and over and over. Even in St. Kitts, in the CPL, our songs were playing, right? The in the rain and the muddy and the little
Yeah.
Kerry. But why? You know, I mean, when you look at the creatives and the support that this administration gave to the creatives in grants and loans and so junior, it's a lot. So our quality of music is not improving by chance. Same way, if we have to grow our economy, it cannot grow by chance. We have to ensure that we, groom and we groom the ideas, we help them, and we help propel them. Look at the Facebook, look at the Instagram, right? All these things were not started by old people, by young people.
Right.
You know, Marcus
True.
Young started Facebook. You know, he
True.
was not a man, I mean, 60, 70 when he started Facebook young. So we can have more Mark here, we can have, more of these guys here. All we have to do is to invest in our people. And once we invest in them, in our youth, the sky can be the limit. But Julian, let me say this. I know I talk for a little while, but let me just say this. What bothers me is a mindset. And I want to talk to every young people here tonight. And I want to talk to the parents too, because as parents, when you look at how you grew up not easy, you grew up things being a little difficult. But guess what? Things being difficult help you to cherish things more. When you get things too easy, you don't cherish it at all. And
True.
sometimes teach our children, yes, we want to ensure our children get a better life than us. But sometimes we encourage them in the microwave mentality, in the quick fixes. So what you have people today that would not take a 8 to 4 job, making a moderate salary a month and try to move up the line. You have people today that when they work, all they see is 2, 3 days, okay, they see a hustle, they see a job. That mindset has to change, because you can get a hustle today and make a $2 today, but tomorrow, what happens tomorrow? Yeah, so that mindset has to change. Even when you're working organizations too, you have to understand that in order for someone to pay you, Junior, let me tell you something. I own a business, and the staff don't understand when month come, I have to ensure that I have the money to pay them. And that's the pressure on me. You are business, so you will know that too.
Yes.
Yeah, so I want for my staff to give me 110%, because if you give me your best, then I can be in a better position to pay you.
Yes.
So we have to ensure that we give our best, we put our best foot forward. And sometimes you may be working, and when you think that someone is not looking at you, that may be the time someone is looking at you. And you never know what promotion or so you can get just by doing your job diligently. So
Absolutely.
don't make money be the center of everything. I always say that what you have in you, no one can take it from you. Right? They can take everything from you, but not what you have in you. So even though you have to go a little extra mile to ensure that you put more in you, right?
Yes.
Because at the end of the day, it may just pay off.
I want to say 2 things on that really quickly. One, Grenadians and young business owners or wannabe entrepreneurs, let's put it like this. I find that Grenadian business owners or young entrepreneurs, they're very timid, right? They're timid, they don't want to take big risk, so they will take small risk. And small risk, small profitability is just small. If you want to maintain, you have to make yourself a global enterprise. And I see that. And when you look at this, take for instance the tourism industry here in Grenada, most of the big earners in the tourism industry are not Grenadians. Most of the people who are making the big dollars in our Grenada tourism industry, they're not Grenadians. Not to say that it's anything wrong with it. They took a risk and they're here, whether it is, but they're not. What we see is the small operators. We are the small operators. The big operators, they are making the millions. So okay, I take myself as an example and I say, okay, let me do something that is big. Let me compare. Let me make what my idea compare to as someone, so someone put they came to Grenada and they used ride go in October and it was comparable to Uber. I love to see that because I'm thinking, yeah, Uber, Lyft, let's make it global. Let's make it big like that. Let's make a big investment. Let's make a lasting impression. And I think that our entrepreneurs, we think too small and too local, and there's a whole world outside there. So that's one piece of advice. And to put your work into the job, man. If you want to succeed, you put yourself, you put your mind, you put your body, you put your soul into your work because it's not going to come overnight. You have to work, you have to get up. And the minute time, what I hate to see, some people might look for an idea and they look at somebody else and they want to replicate what they're doing. Nah, there are so many ideas, man. There's so many things that that could be done. So for business owners, for entrepreneurs specifically, don't try to replicate. Try to be original as best as possible. And secondly, think big, think out of the box, right? That's my piece of 2 cents for entrepreneurs here. But we right on target because I think that we are inspiring a lot of people here, MP.
So let me
I
just say
think
this.
it's inspiring. Yeah.
Say this, eh? Sometimes you look at the big businesses, and you may think, boy, is one man that owns this business. Sometimes that two people that come together and have partnerships.
Yes.
And sometimes when you join profession, I may be a lawyer, you may be a business person, we may have different partners that have different skill set. And if we use our expertise, we don't have to go and hire all these other folks again because we can now put our skill set into the business. Now the problem we have as I want to say black people, right? But the problem we have is that we want to do everything for ourselves. If I
Yeah.
make $1 million, that is mine. I want you to get a share of that. But
True.
guess what? 10% of a million is more than 100% of a dollar.
I hope they're listening to you.
So sometimes it may make sense to come together. Have partnerships again with the correct agreement and so in place. And that's how you build. Look at people that come to Grenada. I don't want to call names or so, but people come to Grenada and they join together. They have apartment buildings, they have stores, they have this, they have that. But we not just feel, but if I come together with Junior go share into my profits, and I want that because I want all for myself. I'm killing ourselves. Yeah, so we have to work together also. I think if we can work together, we can help bridge that gap, Junior.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And stop trying. Someone said it. Stop trying to pull down. Stop trying to pull down another one. And funny enough, we're speaking about this. Funny enough that they would try to pull down a local person, but if somebody else with a different, well, if somebody else comes in and they do the same thing, they support that. So we have to support, not to say support our own, we have to support ourselves because essentially that's what you're doing, you're supporting yourself. And it's important. I'm really happy that we have this discussion here, more than just talking politics, because I think we need to get over the fray of the politics. But these advice, if someone is listening right now and they would basically take heed of some of the things that we're saying here, essentially they're on the road to success, man, because we did the hard work already. We already sweat. You know what I mean?
And let me just talk about this now, right? Because when I was in business, I couldn't talk about it. When I was in SU, I love economics, love economics. So I love the concept of price elasticity of demand. That means that if you are selling a product, right, and if you can lower your price and the quantity demanded increases by a large margin, it means that you can maximize profit.
Yes.
But if you lower your price and the quantity demanded barely shift, it means that you're losing profits. That's number one. Number two, there's something called loss leaders. So when I do something like sugar for $1 a pound, flour $1 a pound, rice $1 a pound, it's because I'm making a loss on the item. But that item will cause people to come to my supermarket. It will lead them to come. So I'm making a loss, but it's leading them to come to shop in the store. When you come to shop in the store now, you might say, you know what, I'm here one time. But if you notice, I will put the sugar, the rice, and the flour right in the back. Right?
Yellow walk past everything.
So when you come to shop, I gotta walk down to get that sugar. When you walk in back up, I say, boy, let me take some potato, some ketchup, some saltfish, some cheese, whatever it is. And now, even if I had to make $100 profit on you, I may make $80, but guess what? I still make $80. Doing that, I saw my competitors coming into my store. Yeah, I trying to see by what Andy doing. Listen, Julian. They started to say Andy dealing with drugs, Andy dealing with bad, all sorts of things. And it was the simple economics that I learned in school. So sometimes, you know, all these things are there. And in layman terms, you sell them beer $5 for one. I sell them beer 3 for 10. When you sell 2 cases, I sell 20 cases. Even though I make less profit per case, but I'm making profit on volumes. Yeah. So so for years, you know, I just, you know, had to keep quiet on it because people, I mean, I can't tell people my secret.
Right.
So, yeah, man.
Yeah. We got a caller on the line. We got another caller on the line. Let's take this caller. Caller, your live, where are you calling us from?
Hi, good night. Junior, how are you doing?
Good.
Good night, Minister Williams. I just want to say, you know, that all things work together for those who love Christ. And our minister is not Jesus Christ, but he's trying his best. He's doing everything. I want to thank him for that big time up on Wanga Hill. And, you know, people are complaining about the roads, but we want them to bear with the people who's working on the road. We know that next year we'll be riding on smooth roads. He can't help everyone, but he's doing his best. Thank you, Minister Williams Jr., and you'll continue doing your best for Greenville.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, caller. Yeah, here people in Kwankwai, man, Kwankwai Road.
Yeah, and let me just respond to that, right? Do you know, Junior, that right now is the biggest investment Grenada has ever made in its water system?
Yeah.
Right? The biggest investment that Grenada made in its water system is now. You have the UK SIF project, which is approximately $70 million. Then you have the GCUS project again, I think 60 million, somewhere around the dollars. When you combine them together, over $100 million. India is investing in its water system. Imagine that. Now, the one that's taking place, the UK State project, that you understand that the road, you know, it will be, it's tough to drive on. I mean, I drive on it and I understand it. But guess what? If you have to make progress, sometimes you have to, you have to bear some of the consequences sometimes. Things will not always be good, right? You have to make some sacrifice to get progress. And when we make that investment now, it's not just for 1 year or 2 years. 2 years. We are talking about making an investment for years in our water system. Last year we had a drought, and the south was impacted the most by the drought. But listen, in the south we have all the hotels, we have all the businesses and so on. And it is not a good thing for the south to be out of water.
Right.
The Lucas project is a grant that we got free money since 2016. We lost it in 2022. We got it back in 2023, and now we want to ensure that we spend that money by February of next year. Otherwise, we're going to lose it. The job must be complete by February next year, right? Now, even when the guys lay the pipe down, what needs to happen is that they must pressure test the pipe before they can put the asphalt back on the road. If pressure tested, it means that you're testing it to ensure that there's no leaks. It doesn't make no sense you go and you patch it quick. And when you patch it, then you realize, okay, you have a leak. You have to go and tear it back up again.
Yes, true.
just bear with us. We ready. The guys are really working hard to get it done. When it comes to Guankai, the tank, I can tell you that people may take it for granted in other places, but since I was going to school, the source has always been a place where people characterize it as to not having water. And even though we have water, blowhole water. I remember once in the 90s, I went by my aunt in Latin, and she gave me some water to drink. Junior, I needed to drink the whole bottle of water. Of course, the water tastes good. Because the water down here, those days, everyone drinking pipe water, not bottled water. Right? So, but because our water, it was so bad in the south, and it was so nice up in St. David's up there, I need to drink the whole bottle. So I'm saying this investment will help people who live on hills, who live on high places, and the pressure cannot reach them. Yeah, these projects will help them. And at the end of the day, by let's say February, March, April next year, the south will be in a better place in terms of the water system, but not just the water, but the infrastructure system also. Because yeah, we have roads, even leading down to the airport with no sidewalks. Yeah, when we refurbish the road, we will be making all these adjustments to our road. Yeah, and when we do that, we are building infrastructure for years to come. So we may have to sacrifice a little now. I'm saying, yes, I know it's tough, but let us just bear with it together because we know better days are coming.
Absolutely. We got another call on the line real quick. We have about 10 minutes before we wrap it up. Caller live, where are you calling us from?
Hi, good night. I'm calling all the way from Trinidad.
Hi, Trinidad. Oh, Trinidad. Right.
Right? Yes. I am so proud of you all. I mean, Grenada is doing much, much better than us here. I mean, for a small country as Grenada, I usually just come down there. Last I was there was for Carnival. I see road work taking place. I see house building. I mean, I'm so proud. And right now I'm listening to the program and tears in my eyes. What I had text and I said again, businesses already in existence could help the upcoming ones. Instead of the turn away young business people coming to bring things to them, stating if it's food stuff, right? To sell in the business place, no, they rather to turn them away and import. It don't make sense. It's always about giving them that push and giving them that encouragement to carry on. I was in business before, so I know what it is like.
Right.
If I don't try and push the youth and give them that encouragement, if it is a punch, even if you have to take 5 and start off with and say, okay, come back next week, I will see how it's selling. Just give them that encouragement. All right, and Grenada is doing good. I don't want nobody to say, well, Senator Andy Williams not doing good or this one. I mean, I am so proud of him. I am proud to see the things he's being done in Grenada. Or you keep it up. I love all you from the bottom of my heart. Come down, Trinidad, and get some of those advice down here. We need it. We need it. We need it. I love you all, guys. I'm going to take care for yourself. I always listen to your program and take care of yourself. And I love you guys.
Thank you so much, Trinidad. Endorsements and big up all the way from Trinidad, boy.
Trinidad knows. Lovely.
That's good. That's good, man. MP, listen, I think that I want to congratulate whoever the idea was for this year thing. I'll talk to you off camera with it, but I really want to help as much as I can in inspiring some young entrepreneurs. So someone here, Dali Mola Lewis, is asking the question in regards to the development that's happening right now. So my question is, whose investment is it? Is it government or NAWASA?
So let me explain. In 2016, Dave Cameron came to Grenada.
Hold on one second. Let me just mute this caller audio. Caller, stand by. Okay, go ahead.
Right. So in 2015, Dave Cameron came to Grenada, and when he left, in 2016 he gave a grant of $80 million under the UKSIF project. To number one, 10 million was to do the Western Corridor Main Road, and 70 million was for the UKSIF project. That project stayed on the book from 2016 to 2022, and it was not implemented at all. When we came into office, the funds was lost in October of 2022. The UK they were uncertain as to the conditions in the UK, economic conditions. So they took back the grant. In 2023, Prime Minister and I, we went and with a policy and we made a lobby to get back the grant. We did not get back everything. We got back only the part for the UKSIF and not for the Western Corridor Main Road. And in getting it back, NAWASA is the one to implement the project. So they are doing the implementing. But remember that NAWASA is is a statutory body, and they actually report to the Ministry of Infrastructure. So everyone works hand in hand. Yeah. So I hope I answered the question.
Absolutely, absolutely. We got a caller on the phone line. Let's go to the caller right now. Caller line, where are you calling us from?
I'm calling from Connecticut in the U.S.
Connecticut. Go right ahead, Connecticut.
Yeah. Yes. Andy and Miss Angela here. And telling you on the truth, my heart does feel so glad because I watch you go like a little boy on Main Street, like my son.
Yep.
And when I tell you, well, as my sister say, I'm bad for you like Bobo. And I'm really, really proud because it could be told you didn't have to do this. But you just, you choose to make this sacrifice. And I'm very happy to see how you're on the ground with the people and working for the people. I'm super proud of you. And one thing I can tell you, when election time come, I'm home. I'm home.
Thank you, Miss Angela.
Just keep up the good work and keep doing what you're doing. And remember my promise, Remember my promise, please, I beg.
Yes.
Love you, bro. Love you, Junior. And thank you so much. Thank you, Junior.
No problem. Thank you, caller. Thank you for calling.
Junior,
Yeah.
let me just say this, right? Because the caller who just called Miss Angela, she saw me grow up as a little boy, without pants on and all this kind of thing. Right? I'm talking about as a little boy in the neighborhood. Yeah, and I will grow up, and when I got nominated to be the MP or to be the caretaker for the South under the NDC, I cried. It was emotional for me because that's when I said, hey, look at who grew up in this community. The people are putting their confidence in you to really take them through, and that's why I take my job so seriously. But let me just say this, sometimes I don't talk about it, but getting here was a sacrifice. I've seen when I announced I was running for the NDC, Junior, I've seen Junior in business victimization. Most people know that I had a fire on the highway down there. Yeah, on my Bishop Highway. After I had a fire, that was the toughest time ever in business for me. I lost over $1 million in the fire. Let's imagine building something from scratch for 6 years straight. And one night, everything just go down in flames. I had to start back. I didn't know how to start back. But when I started back by faith. And I can tell you what went for weeks I going to sleep. You might see me doing sale and this and that, and I'm happy and I joy. I know I the energy there and everything. But behind Junior, I can tell you it was tough. Because no one had to open back in a building that was 3 times the size as the one that was born, with no money at all. Understand? And then when I got involved in politics, those started to close. Places I would take funds from to have the business going. Junior, I can tell you, those were just closing. And, because of politics, my business took a hit because of politics. Right. So but guess what? When I was going through that, I say, here what? I cannot suffer in business and still lose the election.
Right.
And when I saw people coming up, Junior, let me tell you something. That's not a joke, People were trying to block finances for hospitals. And the day we won the election on the 23rd, on the 22nd of June, we won the election. 6 o'clock in the morning, people are trying to block my finances, Junior. 6 o'clock in the morning, when I look at my phone, calls coming like crazy. You understand? But guess what? I kept quiet on it, didn't say anything at all. I just persevered through. So when people see me being here today, the road wasn't easy at all. It was not easy. And I just want to say that, that's why for me, I put everything into it. If I can do, I can do. But I try my best, to see, not just for me, but for people. And to see how I can affect the lives of my brother man. And I always say, yes, I'm a minister, I'm not over anyone. So you will see me walking today with my slippers, my short pants, and my jersey is for a reason. It's to show everyone that Andy is just like you. Andy's not bigger than that. So Andy will be by the block, talking with you, kicking with you, joking with you. The same Andy that was there before the election or before politics is the same Andy you will see now. Not make any enemy not talk with anyone for politics, because Junior, I know, that God give us things for a reason, and we have to make him proud. So
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That point well taken there, MP. Let me just say, we have one more call. We're going to take this final call before we wrap up. We're going on 2 hours, but that was a long chat. But before we take the call, I got to say that this program is brought to you with the kind compliments of RideGo. Yeah, RideGo is a rideshare app. If you're looking to get anywhere, guys, around Grenada, if you're coming for Christmas and you want to get around, you may not get a rental, download RideGo right now. Go to the App Store, whether it's Android or Apple, and type in RideGo. It's just like an Uber app, It's just like an Uber app, right? It's just like an Uber app. And we have over 150 taxi drivers. I don't even want to call them taxi drivers. They're your personal drivers. Yeah, your personal drivers. You request it, they come pick you up, whether at home, at your office, at a party, anywhere. In the middle of the street, they'll come pick you up. Download the RideGo right now in the App Store. Search for RideGo, RYDEGO. RideGo, where do you want to go? Take a quick commercial break, and we got the next call coming right up. We'll be right back. Don't move.
There's a new way to move in Grenada. RideGo. RideGo is here. RideGo. Where do you want to go?
Go, where do you want to go? We got another caller on the line. Let's go back to the phone line. That's going to be our final call on the direct phone line. Caller live, where are you calling us from?
Good evening. I'm calling from Brooklyn. Good evening to you again.
Yes, hi, caller. Go right ahead.
Representative Andy, Minister for the whole of Grenada responsible for implementation. But it's good to know that the gentleman have his short pants and his t-shirt and he's really working hard. I want to point out to the gentleman that there is a JICA document, which is a Japanese International Cooperating Agency, that does a lot of funding for projects in Grenada, and most with regard to the fishing industry. And in a report of 2014, page 94, therein is identified at 4.1 a place called Waltham, which is in the parish of St. Mark, and it speaks of civil works. It also talks about the construction of a landing jetty, 40 meters, sloop and pavement. It speaks of the fisheries division is responsible, and it gives it a priority A, an approximate cost of 150 million yen, which is about 970,000 US dollars. So I want Andy to ensure that that project is implemented, because the fishermen of Walton need that jetty. And the project is not too big for that area, because there are lots of fishermen there providing fish, protein for the community and for Grenada, and even exporting fish so that we have foreign exchange coming in. I mean, if we look around in other parts of the Caribbean, like St. Lucia in Denmark, or in the north of Dominica, right now they're implementing, the same agency is implementing a $4 million jetty project. So even if we don't have, as a gentleman, I think Sylvester, who is a peer, indicated there is no development strategy for the rural areas. I don't think there is any development strategy for the south of St. George or the town of St. George, and lots of developments take place, and the taxpayers pay taxes throughout the island. And there are lots of taxpayers who pay taxes in Waltham and in St. Mark. So I'm asking whether I need to follow up on that 40-meter jetty, slope and pavement that has been in the report since 2014, so that can be implemented, and fishermen can do a lot better, and the community can improve, and Grenada can do a lot better in terms of looking for the community and export dollars coming in, foreign exchange. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, caller. Your response, Minister?
Well, just a little bit, Junior, so I will look into it,
Okay.
right? A little bit, yeah.
All right. Absolutely, absolutely. All right, guys. So we have to close off. We covered a few topics. Didn't get to cover everything, but I think we covered, you
But,
know,
before you go,
very
right?
important. Yes.
Before you go, right? Let me just say this before you go, right? I just want to take tonight to really thank one individual who have been instrumental even in my success as a politician, who helped me to grow, in this field. Someone who was able to mentor me right through, and that person in politics, I look up to him. Trust me, in real admiration. And I'm talking about the most honorable, our Prime Minister, Deacon Mitchell. Yeah, Junior, I say to myself, every time I speak to Prime Minister, I try to get as much from him as possible because I always say he's a young man beyond his years, beyond his experience, just leave it. And when you look at his leadership of this country, or the way the maturity and everything, Junior, we are blessed to have him. And I just want to ask our people to really rally behind our Prime Minister. Right? Sometimes even when I get tired, Junior, this man keep on going and going and going and going and going, and I wonder how this man will be. I'm getting through. So I just want to really thank him for his service. And our Prime Minister is doing a wonderful job. I think he's the man for this moment here. And what I love about him, he loves to think long term. And how can we improve, not just for now, but for the future. So you will see Prime Minister talking about education all the time, investing in education. How can we educate our young people, right? Even when they come to the tuition fees for TAMCC, that was off. Just recently, in cabinet, we sat in cabinet and we spoke about the laptops for the children, right? And there was an agreement in place for the parent to charge a certain amount for the laptops. Now PM stood up and say, hey, no. If we really invest in education, let's bear the burden and have the laptops given to the students so that they can learn. So no one will be discriminated. So I just want to just say to our Prime Minister, Junior, I just want to encourage him a lot. I look up to him, trust me, 100. And to me, that's my best friend in politics. I talk to him about anything, everything. And I learned so much from him since being in politics. So even my success depends on him. And if he was not there, trust me, the level of maturity for me would not have been, realized in that sense. So I just want to pick up our Prime Minister and just say, PM, Deacon Mitchell, family, everybody, just continue doing what you're doing. And as a little brother, look up to you 100%.
Absolutely. All right. Good. Thank you so much, MP. We appreciate you coming and chatting with us here on the ride. And I got to thank you for your support over the years because you assist me in so many different ways and ideas, in many different ways. I got to say thank you so much and continue to do what you do and continue to help the people. And we're really proud. And from our production point of view, Lois JJ, who has been your forever friend, that's how I know you. I knew you through her. And I know she's proud of what you're doing as well. So the entire team here, congratulations and keep doing your do. All right?
So before I leave, Junior, let me just pick up 3 persons before I leave. I want to
Uh-huh.
pick up Neil Bizan, a big brother of mine, grew up in Hosen Scheme. I want to
Uh-huh.
pick up Eugene, in St. Vincent. I want to pick up Wendy Samuel in Canada and everyone else. If I didn't, Ali George, Nolian in New York, right? Akim, the whole crew. Big up yourself, right? Peace.
Yeah, man. All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. All right. Yeah, man. That was MP from the Great South. Yeah. MP Andy Williams. Guys, I was telling you guys earlier about Ride Go, right? Ride Go is the app that you need to get right now. In fact, I want you guys to go get the app right now. Let's take this next couple of minutes and just download the app, because a lot of people coming for Christmas. You're coming Grenada for Christmas. And I hear the call already. People say they can't find a rental or they don't want to drive. RideGo is an app you don't have to drive. All you got to do is just tap the app. Just tap the app. Show you how easy it is to tap the app. Right? You go into the App Store. If you have an Android, if you have an Apple phone, where's my App Store? Where's my App Store? Where's my App Store? Sometimes the hardest thing is to find the App Store. Yeah, I find my App Store. So you go into the App Store on your phone. You can still listen to me, right? While you do this. In fact, let me put a link. I think it's easier if I put a link. I want everybody that's listening to this to download the app. This is the link. Click that link. Close this and put this here. And this is Booyah, RideGo, right there. Click that link. Download RideGo. And when you reach Grenada, whether you're coming for Christmas or wherever, tap the app. RideGo. Over 150 taxi drivers, your own personal driver, taking you anywhere and everywhere you need to go. RideGo. Also, I got to pick up the folks at Touch Africa. Guys, we are going to Ghana. We are going to Africa. We are going to Africa. Now, let me tell you guys how serious this whole thing is, right? We announced that we was going to Africa about about last week. And we decided that we was only going to take 20 people. Guys, before you blink twice, we got 20 people. So our team decided that we will increase the numbers because we was getting too many requests. We have to do more than 20. So we added 10 additional spots and we're going to Ghana. Now, when you get to Ghana, guys, we provide every single amenity. We pick you up from the airports. We take you to all these different spots. You don't have to worry. We got accommodation set up for you. We are going, guys. Here's some of the stops while you're in Ghana. We're going to Makola Market, Independence Square, Ozo Oxford Street, Accra nightlife. You're going to experience that. Ghanaian dance sessions. We're going to take you to Cape Coast experience. We're going to take you to the whole experience of Ghana. Beach nightlife. Yeah, beach nightlife in Cape Coast as well, you know. Kakun National Park. Eastern region. We're going to the Eastern region as well. We're going to Aubrey Botanical Garden, Safari Valley, wildlife. We got lunch. We got Booty Fall. We got Adafora Adventure, Crocodile Pond, Aqua Safari. We got wellness spa day. We got Ghanaian cooking classes, curated nightlife, private transportation. Listen, we're doing everything in Ghana, everything in Africa. It is an experience like no other. If you want to go to Africa, guys, if you want to book your trip to go to Africa from the 16th to the 26th, right? Write this number down in your phone, 347-942-4641. I just put a number in the chat and I'm going to put it up on the screen. If you want to book to go to Africa, 347-942-4641. It gets even better. I know some of you guys saying, oh, it's expensive. We have 3 easy payment arrangement plan. All you pay upfront is $550. And you don't make your next payment until January of 2026. Listen, it doesn't get any easier, any better. Go into Ghana. You plan to go to Ghana. Do it this time. Call 347-942-4641. Call 347 if you want to find out about the package. Call 347-942-4641. Call tonight. So 2 things you got to do, guys. Download the app. because Ride Go app is changing the game here in Grenada. And we are going to Ghana. And guess what? Ride Go will be used in Ghana whenever you need to get around as well. So let me tell you something. It's all about Ghana. Touch Africa, April 16th to the 26th. And there was a big carnival happening in Ghana for the very first time. Marshall Montana is going to be there. We're going to have a whole parade route. We're going to have a little band on the road. It's Ghana 2026. Call 347-942-4641. 347-942-4641. Call tonight. We'll be right back. Don't move.
Hi, I want $10 on Playway, $20 backup on Pick 3, and cash for each, please.
Okay, are you adding multi-X to your bet?
Yes, multi-X, all of them.
Smart! Best value bet. Backup and multi-X, you cannot go wrong.
Don't matter the bet, multi-X all of the daily games.
With multi-X added, your winnings can be multiplied 3 times, 5 times, even 7 times. So make it a rule. Add multi-X to all your Playway, daily Pick 3, and daily cash for bets every day and for every drop, and watch your money grow. Available at stores and online.
You heard it here. Multiply your winnings daily. Must be 18 or older to play. NLA, making your dreams come true.
The sun is hot, the breeze is slow. I need a ride. Where do I go? Ride Go, yeah. That's the name. Island roads will never feel the same. Tap the app, just one click. Hopping fast, it's real quick. Ride Go, where you wanna go? To the beach, to the street, let the island flow. Ride Go, let the good vibes show. Fastest growing ride, everybody know.
Tuk-tuk now available on Ride Go. Book now.
Again, guys, we're telling you all about Ride Go. Download the app, guys. If you're in Grenada, or even if you're not in Grenada, catch this. You may have a family member or a friend that lives in Grenada and you want to call a taxi for them. Yeah, all you have to do, if you're in the United States, you're in Canada, you're in Trinidad, you're anywhere, you could call a taxi for a family member that will go pick them up at their home. Yeah, man, easy. Call Ride Go. Download the app. Don't call. You just download the app. All you got to do, download the app. Get your car. And I know kind of old car, you know. I'm talking about brand new state-of-the-art ride. Download Ride Go right now, guys. From the App Store. Ride Go. Where do you want to go?
Are you a progressive young leader, a proactive emerging executive, a rising professional? Then you need appropriate cover for your vehicle. Introducing the Pro Motor Plan from Beacon. Car insurance that includes free loss of use, windscreen cover up to $3,500, free special perils, free accident forgiveness. Get Beacon's Pro Motor Plan today. Don't procrastinate. Call Beacon today at 440-4447 or visit beacongrenada.com.
And thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for being a part of our program today. I'll catch you guys again tomorrow. Peace out and good night.
There's a new way to move in Grenada. Ride Go. Ride Go is here. Ride Go. Where do you want to go?